The image of Spirit of the North has a very cute fox on the cover art, and that was the reason why my 5-year-old daughter chose to play it. But before the first minute of the game, we had already experienced a game-breaking bug, which should have been a warning to choose another game. Spirit of the North is a third-person puzzle platformer game in 3D. In many ways, it reminds me of a VED version of Omno, as it tries to use its graphical, musical and atmospherical design to tell us a story. I love these games, but not at any cost. Doing this well is very difficult, which is why it is quite common to find games with wall texts after wall texts, or designed in such a way as to have pauses in the action to describe us the events, in some boring interval created artificially, because they have not found an intelligent way to make us understand what is happening. Now, Spirit of the North's biggest crime is not knowing how to explain what is happening on the screen. Of course, we got a basic idea of the storyline, but for a game that claims to be inspired by Norse mythology, it left me with no idea about all the symbolism I was seeing, and with even less curiosity to look for it. Unfortunately, this is not all. I know it's not easy to get a platforming component right in a 3D game. Many have tried, including studios with huge teams, and few have succeeded. But in Spirit of the North, landing a jump becomes a mystical experience, which even now I don't know if it depends on polar magnetism or the alignment of the chakras. What I do know is that it is a terrifying experience, which often left me sweating just to see that I had to perform a more complex jump. Those who have already experienced both say that driving a Lancia Stratos in a stage of the Portuguese rally is considerably easier than controlling our Fox, which insistently insists on jumping to a place we don't want, making us cry more compulsively than when we are cutting a dozen of onions. Invisible walls are also as common as a hot summer day, many of them placed in places so close to the playable corridors that they cut the immersion of what we are experiencing. But that's not the worst thing, as in some platform sections they are also present and create an invisible obstacle to progression. It's frustrating. There is a basic attempt to create moments of exploration in the game. They are essentially limited to handing crutches to the corpses of shamans. The lack of explanation for the usefulness of this moment, and although it is one of the first actions shown to us, also made me spend a long time with a stick in my mouth, as only a tiny part of those deliveries are really essential for the progress of the story, being the rest accessory content. During the game we unlock new abilities that make the game a little more enjoyable, but never to a degree of disguising the negative aspects, especially the ghastly controls during the platforming sections. When a game appears to have a beautiful and moving story to tell, I consider it important that it actually tells it. In Spirit of the North, I get the idea that there is something important that they wanted to show me, but I don't know what. I don't know what the chapters I completed represented, nor I know what the different shamans I freed did. This is a crucial flaw in the narrative, as it should be the exact opposite. Spirit of the North is included on Game Pass, but there are also hundreds of other games there. Just choose one of the others. See you next time, guys. Bye!